Good? Go ahead, sir.
And for Terrence, are you ready to feel the Mexican power, Terrence?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Keep Canelo's name out of your fucking mouth, Terrence Crawford. There's levels to this, and he's levels above you.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
Can't go with what you are. Have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, the walls are really starting to close in on Virgil Ortiz, and I mean fast, because an enormous amount of pressure is being put on him to fight Ennis. And Virgil, he thought all he had to do is just deflect by throwing out Errol Spence's name, and that would take care of the problem. But it didn't, because according to reports by Dan Rafael, DAZN has completely shut down the Errol Spence fight. They don't want a Virgil Ortiz versus Errol Spence fight. They want Jaron Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. And it's not only DAZN, it's the whole boxing world, at least when it comes to real boxing fans. The only fans that don't really want this fight are race fans. And in this case, for this fight, the majority of those fans are Mexican fans. But of course, Virgil Ortiz, he's receiving a lot of backlash from real boxing fans on the internet for him even mentioning Errol Spence's name when it was Jaron Ennis that jumped in the ring and called him out to his face. One of those fans was on Twitter, and he, I guess, was responding to Dan Rafael, talking about how disappointed he would be if Virgil Ortiz takes the Errol Spence fight instead. And Dan Rafael, he responded by saying, not going to happen. Per source, DAZN, which has dibs on Ortiz fights, will not allow the fight to happen. DAZN is exerting intense pressure on Golden Boy to get the Ennis fight done. This sounds a lot like the whole Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia situation. Originally, Ryan Garcia, he did not want the Devin Haney fight. It was DAZN that put an enormous amount of pressure on Ryan Garcia to take the fight, and that's how that fight got made. And that's also the reason why Ryan Garcia, he resorted to cheating, because he never wanted that fight. So Virgil Ortiz, he's in a really bad situation, because if he says he wants to fight Errol Spence instead, and DAZN, they say no, we don't want that fight, then that makes it even harder for Virgil Ortiz to justify turning down the biggest fight of his career, which would be the biggest payday. Not only would this be the biggest payday of his career, but the Boots fight would be a way bigger payday than the Errol Spence fight, if he were to even get the Errol Spence fight, which he's most likely not, according to DAZN. I mean, this is also like Teofimo Lopez when he turned down the Devin Haney fight for $4 million to fight George Kambosos for $1 million, a fight that he ended up losing. Listen, guys, DAZN, they made a lot of mistakes in the past when they signed fighters like Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez, giving them this ridiculous money that they didn't even deserve. Then they started to realize that they were being taken advantage of, where Golovkin, he was trying to fight the easiest opposition, so was Canelo Alvarez. DAZN, they lost a lot of money from that deal. That's the reason why they end up having to revise that deal. They came back to the table asking if they could pay Canelo and Golovkin less money, right? And this is the reason why Canelo, he threatened to sue them, because they were losing so much money on Golovkin and Canelo cherry picking. They learned from that, guys. And this is the reason why today DAZN is forcing these fighters to take tougher challenges, because that's where the money is at. Virgil Ortiz has had it easy his entire career, but now he's at the point to where DAZN, they like, okay, Ortiz, now you got a name, and now there's other big name opponents for you on DAZN, so it's time for us to start making our money. which is very bad news for Virgil Ortiz. Because even if he refuses to fight Jaron Ennis, DAZN, they're going to look for another opponent that's just as tough. Because once again, those are the only fights that is going to make money. You guys remember, Canelo Alvarez, when he fought Bivol, he didn't choose to fight Bivol. He had no choice. He was in this exact same situation that Ortiz is in. DAZN had already said, listen, Canelo, no more Avni Yildirim's. The only option we have for you is Dimitri Bivol. So Canelo, he had that option to fight Bivol, and then the options that he had with PBC was to fight David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo or Errol Spence. And Canelo Alvarez, he chose the DAZN deal. Right now, Virgil Ortiz, he is the interim WBC champion, which means he could be pushing to fight the champion, Sebastian Fundora, if he chooses not to fight Jaron Ennis. But he's not pushing for that fight either. Like I said, the bottom line is, if he turns down the Jaron Ennis fight, they're not going to allow him to keep fighting against washed up Erickson Lubins. They want to make money, and they're not making money on Lubin fights. They might have made a little bit of money on this fight just because it was looked at as a build-up to a super fight, or damn near a super fight, between Jaron Ennis and Ortiz. So once again, right now, man, there is a lot of pressure that DAZN is putting on Ortiz to take the Boots fight. I can imagine how frustrated DAZN is right now when you're thinking about the fact that these are the two biggest names in the weight class, Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, and they're both fighting exclusively for DAZN. And this fight has been in the making for 5 years. And yet Virgil Ortiz and his team, including Mikey Garcia, because I seen an interview that Mikey Garcia and Robert Garcia did, where they were saying the exact same thing that Virgil Ortiz is saying. They're saying, yeah, you know, we would rather Virgil Ortiz fight Errol Spence. They say, you know, Jaron Ennis, that fight, you know, it can marinate. That fight will still be here maybe 2 years from now, right? You're talking about 2 years from now. Once again, that fight has been building for like 5 years already. And not only that, but this is the fight that your own network wants. So right now, Virgil Ortiz, he's in a house that's surrounded by the police, and there's nowhere to run. He can't run out the back door. He can't jump out the side window. There's nowhere to run. The house is completely surrounded. So the question is he going to give himself up? Is he going to come out the front door with his hands up and concede to fighting Jaron Ennis? So with that being said, Eddie Hearn, he came out reacting to everything, of course, that Virgil Ortiz and his team has been saying since Ortiz, he got punked by Jaron Ennis when he jumped in that ring. But what I want you guys to really pay attention to in this clip that I'm going to play for you guys is how even these fake-ass reporters are going out of their way trying to defend Virgil Ortiz for ducking, trying to mislead the public by intentionally putting out misinformation. The guy interviewing him, who was working with Fight Hub, he's over here saying, okay, yeah, but we know that both fighters want the fight. You can't even use that when it comes to the situation, because Virgil Ortiz himself, he personally said that he does not want this fight. He wants the Errol Spence fight.
Which one of them do you want next?
It doesn't matter who's next. If I had to pick, I'm gonna be honest, it would be Spence, because that's my dream fight. I've been calling it since
AT&T.
AT&T. There you go, at the Howard Stadium, and I just think that's my dream fight. And I don't care what anyone says about it. But anyone else, like I said, anyone can get it respectfully. I just want to fight the best. I'm just a competitive guy. Yeah.
If I had to pick, I'm gonna be honest, it would be the Errol Spence fight. So y'all can't even use the excuse no more trying to say, oh, you know, we know both fighters want the fight, but it's just the politics, man. It's the promoters, it's this and it's this. No, man. He said it out of his own mouth. He prefers to fight Errol Spence. And it's going to be real funny to see Virgil Ortiz's reaction to finding out that DAZN, they have completely shut down the possibility of an Errol Spence fight. Matter of fact, I think they've already responded. I think this right here, what you're about to hear Virgil Ortiz Sr. say, is a reaction to them finding out that DAZN said no to an Errol Spence fight. Now they're claiming that Virgil Ortiz might be injured, saying that they have to check Virgil Ortiz's hands so they don't know when he's going to return. After the fight with Lubin, a fight that only lasted 2 rounds.
How soon or how much longer do you want Virgil to take a break and get back into the ring?
Well, we've had a long camp.
Yeah.
I've had a little boy a baby boy in August, so we actually went in camp a month and something earlier. So it's been a long camp, and not only that, but we still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. So we got to check his hands. So we'll see how we'll go from there.
The walls are closing in, and they are completely terrified right now. But I will say this: if Jaron cannot get the Virgil Ortiz fight, I think he should go after Bakram, because I feel like Bakram, Murtazaliev, he's the only one that probably is willing to fight Jaron Ennis. I don't think Sebastian Fundora will fight him. Sebastian, he's going to avoid Boots the same way he avoided Crawford. In fact, it's funny when you think about it, the exact same thing that happened to Crawford when he moved up to 154 is now starting to happen to Jaron Ennis. He's becoming the biggest boogeyman. He goes up to 154, he's thinking that, you know, the Virgil Ortiz fight is in the bag. All of a sudden, Virgil Ortiz is backpedaling, right? And then he's going to try to go after Sebastian Fundora. I heard his father, Bozy, in this. He said, if we can't get Ortiz, then we're going to go after Fundora. And if we can't get that fight, we'll go after the other champs. So this is the same situation, once again, that Crawford was in when he moved up to 154. And I've been studying Murtazaliev a lot, and I think that Murtazaliev might be one of Jaron Ennis's easiest fights of his career, at least when it comes to him fighting against the top-level guys. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Man, are you tired of paying crazy cable bills? Ditch cable and get the power of Block TV, the ultimate pay-as-you-go alternative to cable TV. Stream all your favorite live sports, boxing, MMA, pay-per-view fights, plus premium channels like Showtime, Stars, and HBO, all in one app. Watch your favorite TV shows and movies. No more switching between Netflix, Hulu, or Max. All for just $35 a month plus tax. Never any contracts. Cancel anytime. And use promo code DBNation to get 30% off your first month. Link is in the description box.
You can just look at somebody and tell them, like, yo, you're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. You can look at me and tell I'm that guy. I was born like this. I was blessed with this.
I'm always hungry. Just because I'm world champion, don't stop. The main goal and objective, and that's to keep going. I'm gonna forever keep going, forever keep winning.
Just naturally, man. I know how to do this. I born for this. I born for be different. And then you only they said. No, a lot of these fighters just do rapping. I just came off a loss, and I'm down to fight the best. I'm going up to 135 to fight somebody that they think I can't beat, and I'm going to dominate him, and then I come back down to 30 and beat his ass too.
My hunger is always going to be there. I never get satisfied. I'm not satisfied. My job still isn't done. That's why. My job ain't done yet.
Anyone who's ever had it understands shoulder pain is no joke. It can keep you up at night. Once it's in pain, it stays in pain all the time. You find yourself popping all kinds of painkillers. Then you find yourself trying to figure out what the problem is. You go see doctors, you go see surgeons, you go see physical therapists, massage therapists. The shoulder in particular has 4 different joints. Any one of those 4 joints can be problematic because you have these different ligaments that wrap around and hold those joints together. And then you have tendons from any one of 20 different muscles that attach to the shoulder blade that can go awry. Muscle and Bone NYC has been around serving many people, getting them out of shoulder pain and all kinds of joint pain since 2012. Contact us at mbnyc.fitness or call us at 917-238-3650. Let's get you out of that pain.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, Visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs and defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.